Alright, this video is going to be all about patience, so it's not as amped up as the last video based on discipline and all that. I do know that I got a little bit carried away in that, but patience is mainly focused on the charts because in the trading space, you need to be so patient in order to wait for your setups to be valid entry setups to actually fully form. You need to be patient. You need to be patient after entering to then wait for your take profit to potentially get hit. You got to be patient for the stop loss to get hit. You got to be patient for days where you don't have a setup on this day. You need to be patient to then wait until the next fucking day. You need to be patient to pass funded accounts. You need to be patient to receive payouts from funded accounts. You need to be patient to build up enough capital to be able to change your life with the money. Patience literally runs the trading space. And without patience, that's where mistakes come in, and that's what this course is all about. We're avoiding mistakes as best we can. So with that, we of course have to be patient. If we are not patient when it comes to trading, that is what's going to cause us to rush into the market, not in a setup that's not fully formed and a setup that ends up losing. That'll cause us to take unnecessary trades as well because we're not patient. We can get overexcited as well without having all of our confluences add up and just entering into the market when we shouldn't be. You can see what I mean when the patience really, this is probably the biggest one I would say is patience. Patience and discipline, those two are the biggest things because discipline, obviously you have to follow your strategy, and patience is waiting for the strategy to actually play out. So the patience and discipline, they kind of go hand in hand, but we're going to be focusing on obviously patience for this one because we did discipline in the last lesson. So with patience as well, we cannot be thinking of the potential money that can be made every single time we hit buy and sell, right? It is an instant dopamine boost, yes, because you can hit buy and you're like, oh, if I win this trade, I'm winning $1,000. You know, that's obviously really good money. But we can't be thinking that way because then we're not going to be patient for the money to move, for the market to move and fluctuate and do whatever it has to do in order to reach that goal potentially. Instead, we have to be thinking in percentages and probabilities. The probability that this trade will hit, I have a 72% win rate. There is a 72% chance every time I hit enter that I can take a winning trade that results in my favor. There is, of course, that 28% that then means I could take a loss. So that's what I'm thinking in. I'm thinking in probabilities based on this market setup and the market structure at the moment. I am in a potential area where I could profit from. Does that mean I'm going to profit from it? No, absolutely not. Nobody has a 100% win rate. It's impossible. And even if they did, they wouldn't fucking share it. There was a quote I read somewhere, I can't exactly remember who said it, but basically they said that as traders, we get paid to wait and wait longer. That is 100% true, and especially talking about patience, because we, as traders, have to wait there. This is what we get paid to do. This is what a day in the life of a day trader actually looks like. You sit there like this, looking at the chart. Yep. Set an alert every now and then. Yep. Ding, my alert goes off. Oh, yeah, we've swept 15-minute lows. Cool. Now I can go onto the 1-minute chart. Set up my breaker structure. Cool. Just waiting. Oh, breaker structure confirmed. Okay, cool. Obviously, you get a bit more into it at that point when you get the breaker structure. You got to figure out your lot size, all that. Set that up. I'm ready. Price is still moving up. I haven't got a retracement yet. Price is moving up a little bit higher than I would have liked. Still haven't got a retracement yet. I don't give a fuck. My strategy says I need to retrace into one of my key levels. I'm still waiting, watching the charts. Okay, we filled a 1-minute fair value gap. Cool. Do I enter off that just because we filled it and price was pushing up beforehand? No. Just going to be patient. Market finally gives me a bullish candle. It's only 20 seconds into the minute. Do I enter on that? No. Again, I'm being patient. I'm waiting. Candle finally closes. It's bullish, it's rejecting, it's ticking all my boxes. My strategy has been followed completely. That is when I enter into the market. Boom. That's the first we get paid to wait. That's the first bit. Second bit, okay, take profit up here. Do I sit around and watch the charts? No, because I only have one take profit, so I just fuck off and do something else. But basically, you gotta wait until the shit hits. Unless you're trading news and you're on the right side of it, it'll go instantly, which we're not doing because we follow our rules that we've set before. You got to be patient until that take profit gets hit, and then and only then will you have the result from that trade of the day. So patience literally runs the trading space. It is the most important thing. So in order to be patient within the markets and within our trading, we basically just have to set ourselves a trading plan, which we've already done. You should have already made one a couple of lessons ago. That's already done. Perfect. Second step that we're going to need to do is we're going to come into this and we're going to be emotionless. We are talking a little bit more about emotions in trading a bit later on, but we cannot allow our emotions to be making the decisions of anything. If you think about it, look at the charts right now behind me. It's just rectangles on a screen. There's nothing, there's just little lights that make a rectangle on the screen. It makes no sense. Why would this affect the way that I feel about stuff? Oh, because I get a white one, that means it's bullish, it's going higher. Or it's just a bullish candle. It literally means nothing to you at all. So you should not be getting affected emotionally by the charts, but we'll talk more about that in a future lesson. For now, patience. We come into this with our trading plan, with no emotion, and the mindset that we either make money or we lose it, and we don't care. But of course, we have to be patient throughout the entire thing. Now, an extra little tip for being patient. If you have your setup, like I was explaining before, we get a setup, we have a candle, but it's a little bit iffy. It's like, oh, I'm not too sure. It is bullish for me to look to go long. It's not a bullish engulfing. It's not a really strong bullish candle. There's a bit of a wick above it. It rejected a little bit. Be patient. You do not have to enter on that. Wait one more candle, because what's 1 or 2 more pips? It is not much at all in terms of the trading. Your take profit is likely to be around the same area anyways, from 1 or 2 pips. So just be patient. Wait for that one more candle to print. Extra confluence. Confirm your entry. That looks much better. I'm way more confident as well going into that setup as opposed to the candle before. And I'm happy to risk what I'm willing to risk and have the probability that I may end up hitting my take profit level. So one last thing, we have to treat this as a job, of course. We're not just coming in here to have fun. I know, obviously, I do it as well, but there's a lot of videos out there of traders and they're showing it off as if it's a party going on. The reality of that, when you're trading by yourself or with others, literally, it is not like that at all. Oh yeah, you can obviously put on some music and stuff like that, but you have to come into the markets switched on, because there is a very high potential for you to lose money on that day. And you only want to be losing money on the days that the market lets you lose money. You don't want to be just gifting the market the money when you're entering on stupid trades because you weren't patient and you're making mistakes and you're not entering where you should have been. Should have been avoiding this one, entering later. It wicks you out, hits your targets. Should have entered later, would have been a win. That's even worse, is that when you see that you should have entered later and it would have been a win, not only are you down 2% for the day, but obviously with a 1 to 2, you had the potential to make 4% in that day instead. So you're 6% away from where you should have been after that day, just because you weren't patient. That is why it's so important to be patient. Follow everything perfectly. By telling yourself, like, look, end of this week, I'm probably going to lose a lot of money. Why the hell would you then want to trade shit on top of that? Be sloppy with your trades on top of that. If you already have the probability that you may be losing money this week, then why would you want to just add to that and miss and fuck up the days that you could have actually been making money to make up for those losses, make those losses not feel as bad? That is why this thing is a very, very individual job. It's a one-on-one game. It's you against the markets. That is it. That is all it is. That is all it ever will be. It's nothing else. People can tell you what they think, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of noise around it, but it's literally just you against the markets. The markets just do its thing. It doesn't give a shit about you. You just have to focus on yourself and your strategy and implementing it with patience. But we might not be too patient. So what do we got to do for some homework? This one's a doozy. All right. Basically, for the homework on this one, we are going to pretty well just lock ourselves in our room, no phone, in darkness, for 30 minutes. You're thinking, oh, what the fuck? I can't do that shit. Are you serious, man? You can sit here. You're going to have days in the market where the market opens and you don't do a single thing for 30 minutes because the chart, you want it to go up, it's going down, it's not hitting your levels yet. You can sit there for 30 minutes plus even some days just waiting for a setup or a potential entry. I've sat there through days of like 2 hours. I trade like a 2-hour session. Through that 2 hours, I don't get an entry. I had a valid setup for the day. I didn't get an entry. That can happen But did I force myself into the market? No, because I'm not stupidly trying to be taking losses on days that the market's not providing opportunity to me. I'm not chasing the charts. The charts are going to just keep on moving, and I'm going to watch them and implement my strategy when it presents itself. So it's very, very simple. It's kind of hard. I won't lie. I did do this, but you just got to go into a room. It can be your bedroom, whatever room. It doesn't matter. Turn off all the lights. Go into darkness. Just sit there. Don't have any distractions. Set a timer for 30 minutes. Put your phone over there. Put it outside the door or even close the door. Sit there on the floor and just don't do a thing. Sit there and close your eyes and just think. Just think of anything you want, but just for 30 minutes. Don't do a thing. That will really, really test your patience. The first 5 minutes, not too bad. You get to about halfway and you think that you've done it 3 times already. I'll be honest, it does feel like you sat there way longer than 30 minutes, but just trust me, do it. It'll make you feel like really good afterwards. I promise you that. If you don't do it, you're a little bitch. All right, so just get in there and do it, bro. You've got 30 minutes. You probably spend like 30 minutes scrolling on Instagram. You watch 30-minute YouTube videos like while you're eating your food. Just fucking sit in your room. 30 minutes, that's all it is, right? A 30-minute YouTube video, that doesn't feel like anything, does it? Right? We just got to test our patience. So do that for 30 minutes in a dark room by yourself. Give it a go. I'll see you in the next lesson. I'm pretty sure that we've covered everything in terms of patience. And yeah, I will be seeing you. What is next? Actually, I want to see. Next up is fear. Fear will be a good one. So yeah, 30 minutes in a room, no distractions. Give it a go. Write down as well. Actually, journal this as well. Write down how you think the experience is going to be beforehand, and then go into the room, do it, come back out, write what you thought, write what you felt, just like get it out, write about it, make a video about it. I don't know, who cares? Just do it. I'll see you in the next one.